sweep. Get that boy out of there. Hey, we ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps.
Yes, sir, it's a sweep. We the midweek. I tend to smell VVS on my teeth. Money made rather I'll never be beat. Got rid of Bronco, got SOTG. Deep in that jungle, came out with a meat. Got a tread like got 2K on my feet. Slide with the bros, I don't care what you think. 17 flash, gonna go in a blink. Hey, hey. Wrist got no thirst, like what do you drink? Last of the real, yeah, my kind be extinct. Bad little G used to drink from the sink. Whoa, whoa. No TLC, I'm too lit, we can't creep. Flight to Miami, I stay with that heat. Hopped on the jet, cause it's a
sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it. Run it back. Run it back. Run it. Run it. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. Lost everything I ever wanted. Want it back. Got a problem, never run from that. Have fun with that. Get the W, then double back. That shit. Watch how I react. Fight back, stay down. Now we taking on. Got the flight. Promise you if anybody can, homie, I can. Get the right man. Baby, I'm my own hype man. Yeah. Run it back, run it back. Run it, run it, run it back. And run it back. Run it, ooh, run it back. Run it back. Run it, run it. Run it back. Run it back. About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, make it to the runs. Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back, make another back. Ultra, ultra, ultra fast. I ain't with the boat to dash. Run it back, but running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. Body act and run it back. You see how I act, nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I die for that. I don't stress about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Told her might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told her might be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back. Run it back, run it, run it, run it back. Run it back, run it, run it, run it back. Run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the trunk with his fire tag. Punch the gas, running to the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.
Run it back, run it back, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it back, run it back. Run it back, I got the devil in my eye, doing guard work. I got the devil in my eye, doing guard work. I got the devil in my eye, doing guard work. I got the devil in my eye.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, it's on to Week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Kene Nwangu. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Minnesota. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
7 yards there and a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Stroud completes this out wide. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
18 Cardinal.
Stroud sets up the play action. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Really hard to imagine a quarterback like this being available in a trade. What an impact he's going to have.
No doubt about it. And all teams are looking for leadership from that spot, and this guy provides it.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Second and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words...
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Vikings are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
2nd down and 4.
To throw is Cousins.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. To throw, Cousins.
He'll get this to Nwangu.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The Vikings sit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 6.
Throwing is Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Cousins.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Stroud off the play fake.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
Well, they lack in pass defense. They do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
Stroud looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Get it!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And space tough to come by there, as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That zero on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum, because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down at the 28. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And now a design run with Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone, as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Play action. Stroud now. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Stroud and company going for it. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown. Jordan Addison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
79 Broncos.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
60 Eagles.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. Man open, here is Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The throwing again is Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap to Stroud. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Buffalo 18.
Final play of the half, Stroud. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled in the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway. to start this second half. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
19, Tiger, 19.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Drop 60, drop 60.
Stroud on 3rd down now. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
19, Lions. 18, Rattler. 18, Rattler. 70, Ranger. 70, Ranger. Ready, ready?
4th down. Here's Stroud. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The end result, 21 yards. Now a handoff looking right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 10. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now Cousins. Incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
300.
Cousins to throw it. There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings extend their lead yet again. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10. Cousins. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Vikings have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them. And now here is another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Vikings get another third quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Stroud completes this out wide. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 41. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And this pass broken up. The contact low of time there. And now 4th down.
Now that's a play to applaud, because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now.
Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. 58 yards. And the Vikings are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So nothing doing there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Ready?
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 127 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Now 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Stroud sets up the play action. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Stroud. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep going to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball